Start.
Hello everyone. Today we are about to see the anterior and posterior compartments of the muscle of the antebrachium or the hand. I got with me my friend Tejas Pawar, aka Rockstar. So today, and he's a guitarist. It involves some of the major muscles, so we can be learning about them in the video. It is a very brief video, so catch up. So first of all, we are going to look at the brachioradialis. I want to tell him to clench his fist. There it is. The muscle that is there, which starts from the lateral side of the humerus and goes towards the radialis. So brachioradialis, this part is the brachium, this part is the antebrachium. So brachium connects with the radialis. It is called as brachioradialis. Now the next muscle. Now I want to show you that my teaching method for today will be, I'll only tell you the action and the name will be गॉट आउट, मतलब आप लोग उससे नाम निकाल लोगे. मैं बस आपको एक्शन बताऊंगा, उससे आपका नाम अपने आप निकल जाएगा. अभी देखते हैं नेक्स्ट मसल हमारा है, ये हमारा आता है फ्लेक्सर कंपार्टमेंट, ये हमारा आता है एक्सटेंसर कंपार्टमेंट. फ्लेक्सर कंपार्टमेंट की जितने भी मसल्स हैं सारे मीडियल एपिकोंडाइल से शुरू होते हैं. मीडियल एपिकोंडाइल हम हमारे दूसरे दोस्त को दिखाएंगे. मीडियल एपिकोंडाइल इस पार्ट को कहते हैं. दिस पार्ट इज कॉल्ड एज द मीडियल एपिकोंडाइल एंड ऑल द फ्लेक्सर कंपार्टमेंट मसल्स आर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम हियर. सो द फर्स्ट फ्लेक्सर compartment muscle, the flexor carpi radialis. Now as the name suggests, the flexor means the flexion of the wrist, the carpals, the flexor carpi radialis, the flexor. You need to tighten your hand. Then we can see this muscle over here, which is causing the tightening of the carpal muscle or the flexion of the carpal muscle. Flexor carpi radialis, which comes on the radial end of the hand. The radius can be palpated over here. The radial pulse we can take. So it's the off topic. It's little off topic. Now the next part is a little homologous. The flexor carpi ulnaris. Yes. The flexor carpi ulnaris. Now where should it lie? Yes, you got it right. On the ulna. The flexor carpi ulnaris lies on the ulna and causes the flexion of the carpal muscles. This is called as the flexion. This is called as the extension of the carpal muscle, which form of the wrist bone, as told in the previous videos. Flexion, extension. Now the flexion is caused on the ulnar side is caused by the flexor carpi ulnaris muscle. Now there, if we remove those two muscles, we see a palmaris longus muscle, which actually moves from this part, the middle part of there is a triangle, this muscle triangle, and from this part it moves on to the upper part of the palm, goes into the palmar aponeurosis and flanges into the various fingers or the palm. So it is its name is very similar, बहुत easy नाम है इसका, palmaris longus. Palmaris longus is our third muscle. Now we come over to the fourth muscle, which is the flexor digitorum. So these are the digits. Now one of our hand function is the function of moving the digits. It's the flexion, the extension. There is no abduction, adduction, only the flexion, extension. This is caused by the flexor digitorum, which comes in two parts. The flexor digitorum superficialis. If we remove the first three muscles that I told you, if we remove that muscles, we'll see a flexor digitorum superficialis coming in the superior part. And then if we go more deep, we'll see a flexor digitorum profundus, which these two muscles relatively cause the flexion of the fingers. Now this guy, being a guitarist, his flexor digitorum profundus is more active because he has a pick in his hand and he's always like making sounds from his guitar. So the flexor profundus is so the flexor digitor profundus muscle is there. Flexor digitor profundus of this guitarist is more active because he is doing his work with the pick. Hence this muscle is more active. Then I'll tell you one little fun fact. There is a muscle for the thumb. It's not part of our video, but if there is this thumb is called as the pollex. So the muscles related to it are called pollicis. So the extension of the pollicis pollicis is caused by the extensor pollicis. Okay. So I want you to extend your policies and give me a like on this video. If we reach 50 likes or 60 likes on this video, I'm going to make a quite interesting bonus video for you all, and about the stethoscope and various points of the stethoscope. Now coming back to our topic, not getting further. Coming back to our topic, the flexor digitorum. Flexor digitorum is coming. Then we go to the pronation part. As told in the earlier video, the pronation is the downward movement where the radius comes over to ulna. So this muscle, there are two muscles involved in it. The pronator teres. The pronator teres is present. If you pronate your muscle, then we'll see a muscle going from this part, the medial epicondyle, which is the common origin of all the flexors, as I told yesterday. The pronator teres comes from this part and then attaches to the radius, the pronator teres, and causes the pronation of the muscle. Then there is also a muscle over here under the retinaculum, mind you, which is the pronator quadratus. Pronator quadratus also causes the pronation of the hand. Now coming over to this was the flexor part. Now coming quickly over to the extensor part. Extensor part, the most common origin is the lateral epicondyle. The lateral epicondyle as seen on my friend. Lateral epicondyle. Now coming on the muscle part. The lateral epicondyle hosts a lot of muscles because स्टूडेंट्स जनरली कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं और देख के डर जाते हैं कि ये बहुत सारे मसल्स है, बट ये डरने की कोई बात नहीं है. एक्शन के हिसाब से 5 मिनट में आपके मसल्स निकलेंगे. द फर्स्ट पार्ट इज द फर्स्ट मसल विच कॉजेज द एक्सटेंशन ऑफ द पाम, द एक्सटेंसर डिजिटोरम. एक्सटेंसर डिजिटोरम. और इस बार एक अच्छी चीज है, एक्सटेंसर डिजिटोरम के पार्ट्स नहीं है. जैसे फ्लेक्सर डिजिटोरम के 2 पार्ट्स है, एक्सटेंसर डिजिटोरम के पार्ट्स नहीं है. सो इट्स अ गुड पार्ट. द एक्सटेंसर डिजिटोरम डज नॉट हैव पार्ट. इट्स अ सिंगल मसल रनिंग एंड गोइंग इनटू दिस palmar aponeurosis and picking it up, or extension, causing the extension of of the digits. Then we have extensor digiti minimi, extensor digiti minimi, which is this comes on this muscle. Then there is extensor carpi radialis. As we have flexor carpi radialis, there is extensor carpi radialis. As we have extensor carpi ulnaris, we have extensor carpi radialis and ulnaris, both the muscles. Then we can see the extensor carpi ulnaris has a very important thing, that it comes and divides for these 2 fingers. So if we bind the movement of this finger, we cannot pick up this finger. If we say that come this side, you put your hand over this side, and you can try it at home also, and I need a like for this one. There is the finger over here, and there is a common tendon. We can prove it by now. They just try to move this finger of yours, and now try to move this finger of yours. It is impossible. Why? Because there is only single muscle which controls both the function of the both of the fingers. Now moving on the next muscle that we can see, it is also not generally seen in cadavers, but because of our skinny friend over here, we can see it. There is an muscle that grows from the lateral epicondyle and downwards to the lateral epicondyle and downwards to the radialis. It's called as the anconeus muscle. Anconeus muscle causes the supination of the hand. Supination we can remember by soup. If हम लोग ऐसे सूप को पकड़ते हैं, तो that's why the process supination, we can learn it in a fun way. So this was the muscle. Then सो द लास्ट पार्ट ये आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि यहाँ पे एक रेडियल आर्टरी आती है और एक रेडियल वेन आती है और रेडियल नर्व आती है. 3 प्रकार के रेडियल चीज़ है. जो रेडियल नर्व है स्पेशली, उसके बारे में आज जरा सा बात करूँगा आपके साथ. जो रेडियल नर्व है वो जो हमारा मीडियल एपिकॉन्डाइल है उस पर राउंड करके नीचे की तरफ जाती है, और जो रेडियल आर्टरी है वो भी इसके ऊपर राउंड करके नीचे की तरफ जाती है. सो अगर हमें रेडियल पल्स लेना है तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि दिस इज द पॉलिकस, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था थंब, इस पे हम लोग 3 फिंगर्स रखते हैं और इससे हम रेडियल आर्टरी का पल्स लेते हैं. सो guys, this was about all the anterior compartment and the posterior compartment of the forearm or the antebrachium. So drop a like, subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you.